back with another episode of Sit Down here, man. I'm your boy Ern, Jay Miner, the two usual suspects, man. But today
Sure.
we have very special guests. We have collegiate weightlifter from Rice University in Miami, Florida's finest, Maya Moise. Welcome to the
Thank
show.
thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Hey, dude, hey, I'm gonna have to correct you on that because mine said she Broward County,
That's
man.
what I
My
She
bad.
954. But shoot, but hey, now that we're on the subject, talk a little bit just about your upbringing. I know you mentioned off camera you from Broward County, got a Florida girl here. Just talk a little bit about your upbringing, a little bit about how you got introduced to sports. 'Cause I know you play a little bit of basketball, doing weightlifting now. So just talk a little bit about what it was like growing up.
100%. Yeah, I mean, Florida's different now. Like, I don't know if I'm repping Broward County anymore.
Oh
But I
shoot.
mean, born and raised, now, I go back to Miami and everything's like F1, Inter Miami, and like I'm back from like Miami Heat, Dolphins days. So like it definitely has changed a lot. But I remember like just being a little kid, like going to Heat games with my dad and like Dolphins games as well. And that was kind of like the main form that like my family would really like bond with each other was always over like a basketball game. Like I didn't watch like any Disney princesses like any of the movies growing up. So everyone's talking about like Beauty and the Beast. I've never seen it. I was always watching sports. And like I think it's always funny as hell because then people always like talking like how can you like how'd you not see that? I was like I was busy watching the championships back before I could speak. But yeah, so sports has always been like a major part of like my story and especially just like my family as well.
Did
Hold
your
on
parents
now.
play sport? Go ahead, Aaron.
Man, you talk about you say you F1 and Miami different. You don't like F1? Who don't like cars, bro? Like, I ain't gonna lie. Did you see the new movie? I feel like you see the Brad Pitt movie that might change your mind. They need to sponsor me
You're
for
right.
it too, by
You're
the way.
right.
Look, he just dropped it.
No
Listen,
pay,
They need
no
to
free
pay me.
promo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, my fault. They should pay me, but it was a good movie though.
no, I mean, I'm down to see it. I guess for me, it's just been different because especially growing up at the time where we had like the big three with
Yeah,
LeBron, Wade, Bosh, like
bruh,
nothing
I'm already
compares. Like,
going.
dude, I was in the stadium when they won, and like just backed like it's unmatched. So for me, it's like I went to one race for F1. I couldn't see shit. It's like on a spiral, and all you hear is the cars going, and like I couldn't see anything. So I guess it's just like a very different like lifestyle, I guess you could say, when it comes to sports versus like being able to be like a part of the action. Like you're close to the players, and it's
Right.
almost even like the building of just like how arenas are formatted. It's like everyone is surrounding it, like you're centered on it. Versus with the F1, it's like it's all over the place. So you're just trying to get like a little piece of it. But for basketball, I mean, everything is focused on what's going on in the action happening on the court. So
Got you. And I know you mentioned a lot of your family like revolved around like sports, and sports was pretty much the main theme. Were your parents, were they athletes, brothers and sisters? Like you have any that are athletes? Like how and did sports become the thing that you guys centered your time around?
I mean, my dad. So listen, my dad's Haitian, right? And he's older. So like right now, he just turned 70. So
Mm-hmm.
he talks like he's an athlete. I think he played volleyball for like 3 years, like in high school, like in Haiti. But I think for us, it just was like something that's always been important. Like I come from like a medical family, so it was always important for us to have like a health background. Go out, exercise. Like, why are you in the house? Like, read a book or go
Mhm.
outside, go grab a ball, go grab a bike. So for me, like I naturally just gravitated towards basketball. Like my brother played football, from like junior high, and then he kind of just stopped. Once the hitting got a little too hard, he was like, "Yeah, no, I'm out."
That's
That's
real.
tapping out. That's good
Yeah,
though.
he tapped out. But I think he knew too that it wasn't what he wanted to do long term. So it's like, why am I gonna, do this just to do it if it's not what I'm passionate about? And like, I
Mhm.
mean, I locked in on basketball from when I was from a young age, and then I kind of got to the point where, I like was like I was the only kid from Heritage who like built my way up from like junior high to junior varsity to making varsity, and then my first year of varsity, I actually had like knee surgery in like 2019, so I had like a missing piece of cartilage behind my kneecap.
Wow.
And yeah, I had to sit out for the entire year. I'm like, what can I do? They're like, you either operate or you just stop playing. I'm like, yeah, no, we can't just quit right now. Like, I'm just getting started. So I kind of took that year off and it kind of forced me to kind of lock in and then, came back, played varsity, won a state championship title. And then I still have my ring. Like I literally still wear it like every single day now and even just a medal. And it just meant a lot. And then I kind of took a step back and I was like, is this really what like I want my high school life to be like? Like I knew I was always like an intellectual kid. Like I loved like the business behind it. And I knew, quite frankly, I was not that good at basketball. Like I'm like 5 foot 5'7", and they're playing me as like a 4 or 5. And I'm like, I had twins in my high school who are both 6'3", right?
Uh,
They're twins. And like, okay, you guard them, or like they'll be guarding me. I'm like, bro, like I don't know what the fuck you want me to do. Like any shot is just gonna get blocked. So I was just like, it kind of got to that point where like I just fell in love with the weight room. Like the weight rooms, everyone was like, oh yeah, Maya's got it. Maya's got it. But on that court, it was like if Maya doesn't finish the suicide in like 20 seconds, we have to run again. So everyone was looking at me. I'm like, bro.
I know you mentioned you about 5'7". They was putting you at like power forward and center. Like, who were you trying to like model your game after? Like at that point in your life, because I know you were saying like you guys
Yeah.
watch sports. Like, did you have like a specific person that in the WNBA or the NBA that you tried to play like, or like?
I was so lost, nigga. Was just like at this point, I'm just trying to get it through practice. Like I'm taking pre-workout. I'm tired. I'm out of breath. I'm like, bro, I just want to like show up and show them that I could do this shit. And then I think that once I started to kind of relax and just kind of trust the game, I mean, I was really great at setting picks because I was strong. I could post up and I would always be the ones getting rebounds. So I think, and I was always just like I played more like a two where you can pass me the ball and I'll take the shot. But
Mm.
like, don't expect me to like have the handle. The handles were like they weren't there. Like, but I will jump to get that ball. I'll go on the floor. So I was,
Like you was doing the dirty work,
oh
like
yeah.
the
yeah,
Draymond Green.
yeah, I was doing the dirty, not Draymond Green. But I would get fouled out a lot because I was aggressive, but
Oh no, you.
I was
Oh
aggressive as
yeah, she was
fuck.
getting the text. How many texts did you get?
We don't need to talk about that.
Ah, yep. I got that Draymond.
Hey, listen, I got fouled out a couple games, but I think a lot of it too was just like it was like every game, like I had the intention of like, no, like this could be my last. Like I just want to go out there, especially coming off of an injury. So it was just a lot more fun of just being able to actually like force myself to get more reps in. And I think especially now, like I work at WME, I'm interning there for basketball and seeing what these kids are going through to be able to develop at such a young age, it's like I was not getting my reps in. Once practice was done, I was out. I was not playing outside of
Got
practice.
to go. Got to go.
Yeah. And I started like I was working with the St. Thomas coach and she was kind of working with me one on one to kind of develop my skill because the thing was like I had the frame of what I should have been a guard, but I was just strong and slow. So I had like that strength aspect where it's like as long as I just got a little bit faster, kind of got my ball handling kind of under wraps and worked on my shooting a little bit more, like I would have been like kind of solid. But for me, it's like I knew I wasn't gonna get drafted. I knew I probably would not have gotten D1. So for me, it was just like, what am I gonna do if like I'm gonna be sitting here trying to like fit in something that like me as a mold, it was not made to like I was never made. Like, I couldn't jump. Shit, I thought I was soaring. I be seeing the photos. I was barely getting off the
Hey,
ground
you was not jump man, huh?
at all, at all. Like so it was just mad funny to me. And then like once COVID hit, the team stopped practicing. I kind of was forced to take a step back, and that's when I kind of realized like, damn, I love the weight room. Like if I compete in the weight room, I'm there. And then, I started to look more into like CrossFit and Olympic weightlifting. And I remember taking my first class for Olympic weightlifting, and like the guy was just like, it was like a whole group class of like 20 people. And he kept having to come back to like fix my technique. And he just was like, you could tell he was just getting irritated. And he was just like, just stop it, just quit. Like, this just isn't for you. This was just like a lesson I paid for, like literally like a group class at a CrossFit gym. And I'm like, in a way that I'm already struggling in basketball, I find exactly what I like to do. And I'm trying to learn in this beginner introduction class, and you're sitting here telling me like this just isn't for you. Nah.
Mm.
So I took that as like a challenge, and like at that time too, like my grandma was living with us and she had cancer, and like like she wasn't doing so well. So for me, I was like, why am I gonna now force myself to play basketball when I already know that I was kind of iffy on it? And then now I can put her at risk because I'm sitting here in contact with all these other schools and all these other students traveling. Because then that if something happens to her, that's on me.
Right.
Like my mom's working remotely, my brother's working remote. So like it was just was kind of like, you know what, like it's just not worth it. And I
Wow.
mean, it was really the turning point for me, at least in like in my career, because I knew that I was almost being put in a position where I was becoming someone that I wasn't to fit kind of like the expectations that the coaches and my teammates had on me of like, as long as you just kind of develop another year, another 2 years, you can be a starter, you can get your reps in, you can get an offer. And it's like, yo, wait, but I don't want to. Like, I'm good on that. Like, I'm chilling. Like, I don't need
Mhm.
this. And then I was able to kind of just follow what I loved. So I just kind of fully got into Olympic weightlifting. I got into like sports medicine. I started working with the football team. Every game, every practice, I would travel with them to every single like it didn't matter if it was in Gainesville or in fucking DC. Like I was there. and became a part of the team, and that's really where like my love for like the sports business, but also for like the personal connection with the athletes kind of formulated, and kind of being able to be a part of their story and like going behind the scenes. So when I was a junior, we won a state championship title, and I was able to get a ring. I got a medal. I still like I probably have it somewhere here. It might actually be out there, but I still got my American Heritage Football Championship ring, and I wear it more than my woman's one,
Wow.
honestly. Because, dude, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was rough being a girl working this place, especially when I was a freshman and like, you having all these like older kids who are so like, I mean, they were dicks. I ain't gonna like throwing the water bottles.
I was gonna ask you that. I'm about to say,
Oh yeah. No, it was. I'm not gonna lie. It was tough. It was tough. I mean, a lot of them like just disrespectful, like throwing the bottles on the floor, not talking, or like if you rejected them because like obviously you like if you like had any type of relationship with the player, you're kicked off the team because like that's a conflict. Like I'm traveling with them, so you gotta think I'm on the buses with them. I'm staying at hotels with them. Like they're taping over my door to make sure like no one is coming in or I'm not leaving. So for me, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm not even coming close to that line because I love this job too much to ever like risk like being kicked out. I think, once I kind of did it for 1 year, they're cramping on the field. I'm there running, I'm stretching them out, I'm giving them electrolytes. Like they realized that I had their back, so they started having my back. And that's where I kind of noticed just like the credibility, but also the level of respect increased. And that made me want to fight harder for them. So now it's like someone like Mark Fletcher, who's over at University of Miami running back, we're still locked into this day. And like I can text him and he responds to me like it's nothing because I've been there from when he was a freshman, going through his own personal injuries or whatever he had going on to even like, yo, you good with school, you go with your classes, like, and he's family. Like even
Yeah.
having to hear him like on like my last like game when I was a senior, like, bro, I don't know how the fuck we're gonna do this shit without you. Like that shit meant a lot to me because like you're still my boy. Like I'm still gonna ride hard for you regardless of what school you go to, whether you get drafted or not, like you're good people. And
Right.
even like Brandon and Ness, like people, man, like some of the boys would only want to get like taped up or spatted or kind of get their turf tape from only the head athletic trainer because it has to look perfect for the pictures. Brandon did not give a fuck about any of that. Brandon always had the most drip out of anyone on the field, but he did not care if you were a first year sports medicine student or if you were the head athletic trainer. He was just like, hey, listen, I just need to get shit on so I can play ball. But I always felt like the best players were like the best people. So
Thanks.
that's really kind of like, yeah, it's crazy. Like even like Patrick Surtain the second, like I'm really close with his sister growing up. So even seeing it from that standpoint of like, it just really humanized them to me, just kind of like having that perspective. And it
Right.
made it so much easier for me to work with them because I can understand like, yo, you don't need to be dealing with half the shit. Just focus on the game and let other people take care of the rest.
for sure.
So,
The
so
respect
that's where it
definitely,
all started.
definitely is earned, bro. Definitely earned. So yeah, it seems like he was able to, do that for them.
And I mean I loved it. And especially coming from like weightlifting, like now I'm in the weight room with them and they see what I'm doing, they're like, God damn. They're
Yeah,
like, and
I'm
I'm
thank you
lifting it with the
too.
guys. And they're just like, it just owns like a different type of respect because it's like, yeah, you know what, I might not be a Division 1 athlete, I might not be on scholarship to go to school, I might not be able to have like school funded apparel and all that, but I'm still now a professional athlete. So while like I don't gotta deal with the NIL clearinghouse. I don't have to deal with the athletics department. I can do what I want to do and live where I want to live, and I have full autonomy. No one has to tell me what I gotta do. And at the end of the day, like they have respect for that because if you're learning how to clean a jerk, it's like, let's just ask Maya because this is what she specializes in. I'm like, yeah,
Right.
dude, like one on one, like I got you always. So it helps me like in that aspect of being able to find a way to connect with athletes because I mean, no one really focuses on getting stronger other than like football.
Hmm.
So, and being able to help make sure that they're lifting the right way. And I think having the sports medicine background is helpful in that because now I can like see their technique and kind of prevent injuries. Because I can't tell you the amount of times you have like an O lineman who's trying to clean and they're like this. And now they have wrist issues from all the banging, the banging, the banging. And it's like, no, you got to utilize your shoulders. You got to utilize your lats. You need to work on your flexibility. And I mean, a lot of like strength and conditioning programs, they don't teach that. So,
Oh, that's facts. And I know I'm not gonna lie, you did a lot of putting yourself down on this pod, but we're gonna put yourself up because your Instagram bio said you the second best weightlifter in the
Hello.
United States. So talk a little bit about just when you got comfortable in terms of when the competition started and just how that whole process kicked off.
Man, I mean, in Florida, I mean, Florida is like the breeding ground for like weightlifting. So, I mean, we got the most amount of athletes that get recruited out of Florida who go on a full ride scholarship to go to schools to compete in weightlifting. My school, my private school, love my school, so ride hard for heritage to this day, but I mean, very conservative private school. So for them, I said like, hey, listen, every school in Broward County is competing. They have a women's weightlifting team. I don't need a coach. I have my own coach. Can I just compete? And they're like, it doesn't really align with like our values, but you can oh, you can be base for cheerleading if you want to lit. And I'm like, nah. So I just competed on my own. I qualified for states. And then once they kind of saw that, like, oh shit, she's good at what she's doing, they're like, oh yeah, if you want to, nah, I'm good.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of took a step back and they're like, well, you can compete with the men's team. I can join
Wow.
there and travel with them at the end of the day. Like, I want to compete with my gender, let alone like with people I can actually compete with. Like, I
Mhm.
Right.
put my name down to compete with men. Like, no. So I kind of just took a step back, and that state meet was the same day as my graduation. So I kind of waived it. Then coming to Rice, I mean, I joined a big national team, started training with he was a former head coach for Ukraine, and he came over with the whole conflict. So me and him kind of got locked in. Like, best coach I ever worked with, phenomenal person, hard worker, but just like, I mean, he's a dog. He's the type of person who can just like squat 400 cold and just
Uh,
like, oh, it's easy. Yeah. But he's just like such like a like great leader. And I mean our entire team had respect for him, but he really kind of like really focused on my movements and really helped me kind of become like the athlete I knew I had the potential to be, but didn't have like the right resources or right guidance to do it. So I mean I had a couple injuries. I ended up my sophomore year. I had like a tendonitis issue, so I had to get surgery for like decorvians and I was out for like almost like 8 months. And like I was taking like organic chemistry, I couldn't write, and I was just like remembering like, fuck, bro, this shit's tough as hell. But I just couldn't wait to get back on the bar. So like I signed up for a meet literally like I want to say like a couple like once I got cleared like 6 weeks like right away off the bat. And then I got first in like the Southwest region um for weightlifting, and then I like tried to qualify for nationals and I was off by 1 kilo. So I was like,
Mhm.
damn, bro, that's just crazy. So I just kind of locked in. I kind of put my head down and kind of did what I had to do. Got first in the state of Texas and kind of worked my way up from there. And then got first in the state of Texas. And I went back to the crib in Florida. Got first in Florida. I'm like, all right, bro, nationals time. And then I kind of just my first national meet came out and like was able to win second as a junior. So like everyone between the ages of like 18 to 20 within my weight class. And after that, I was like, oh yeah, it's a party now.
weightlifting is such like a physical pulling sport, but like how much of the mental part of it like goes into like whenever you're competing? Because most of the time, like when you get to that point where like, oh, you're going for like your PR, like, oh, can I do this? Like, how much is like that mental side more important than the physical side?
I mean, we always say it's 70% mental, 30% physical.
Wow.
Because like if you're we used to talk about this all the time, but whenever we would go to a competition, we would watch the lifters who come up to the bar, and we can tell just off of their demeanor and how they approach the bar and how they set themselves up whether they're going to make it or not. And you can literally like almost like predict because of just like if they're like coming, you can kind of see like their mentality, how they approach the bar. Are they confident? Are they too confident where it's like they're rushing the movement and now they're going to miss? So like it's a very like calculated way to look at it, but I mean, it's very mental, and I think for a sport like Olympic weightlifting, like one thing could be off, and it's too far forward, it's too far forward, or too far back, or it kind of fell on you the wrong way, and not now it's a no lift. So, or it can be something as easy as just like whenever you jerk, if your elbow isn't straight and it's like bent, and then you press it, no lifts. So it's a very, very, very strict sport. So you're constantly just thinking about like making sure you do the movement correctly and that everything is as perfect as it can be. But I mean, whenever you have like a hard lifting session, I mean, it's hard to kind of break that pattern and kind of reorient yourself. So I really had to learn how to like, if I miss a lift or, if the movement's feeling weird to like not let it affect the rest of the training session. Like every lift is a new opportunity to succeed. And that was one thing that took me like a long time to have to learn. And then once you kind of learn it, it's like you're just kind of completely unaffected. Like the lift happened, all right, you miss, move on and just try again. Like it's not like a lot of people kind of like daunt over it and then they think about it and then they hyperfixate and now they're overcorrecting it and they're doing this wrong and it just becomes like this like toxic cycle.
Man, so I really, well, I know going back a little bit now, back to high school, man. Just because I'll be honest with you, bro, like that weightlifting jump, man. I don't like lifting weights like that. You know, I lift just enough, not to, be strong. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't doing the power. Like once I stopped playing football, bro, I let power clean go, bro. I hated power clean,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Hated power clean. So like. Cause you that weightlifting, I mean, guess what? Anything like you really want to do, you gotta love it. Cause like, let me tell you, you gotta really love the weight room to be able to be a, professional, Olympic weightlifter. So what made you want to really just be like, oh, let me go in weightlifting? You know what I'm saying? Like, made you just go
Yeah,
all
yeah.
in doing that?
I just love like the feeling that like I got and like naturally I think, coming from like the basketball background where it was like I was trying really hard to fit something that wasn't made for me and I was just like giving it my all and it just wasn't really like producing it. But then there's this aspect of something that I'm naturally really gifted at and I enjoyed. Like I didn't want to go on the court. I was excited for the weight room. Like, oh coach, but like I want to go squat. And I'm like, wait, if I'm feeling this way, why don't I just focus on what like my body and like my passion already aligns in? So, I mean, I love that like mentality of like it's you versus a bar. I mean, one of my good friends, Cranen, she's like a big Gymshark athlete and power lifter. She always says like, um, what is it? Damn, not me blanking on her catchphrase right now. That's crazy.
That James.
Yeah, no, she says it's just a bar. And I think that's like such a beautiful way of like depicting it. It kind of became like this big like cultural movement within like the fitness landscape. And like you have the potential, and even though like it may feel difficult, if you just like grind through it, you can always make the lift.
So now let me put you on the spot. I feel like everyone probably got like their favorite. What's your favorite lift and what's your least favorite lift?
Yeah, so I mean, honestly, now I've kind of been in this position where, Olympic weightlifting has been a lot of fun, but in terms of the tension that it brings, and like especially like within like content creation and all that, like there's not a lot of like attention that is brought towards it. So I kind of took a step back to switch on to like powerlifting. So I've been powerlifting for the last 6 months. So from like
Mm.
the Olympic weightlifting side, I love clean and jerks. My cleans have always been like a lot stronger than my jerks to the point where like my coach would never even let me do like a 1 rep max because it was always like so much further ahead than my jerk. So it's just like, dude, at this point, do it together. But from the powerlifting side, I mean, I love squat and deadlift. That's my shit. Bench is my least favorite for sure. My bench is
I
speakers.
feel you. So
Yeah.
what would you say your most proud accomplishment during your whole weightlifting journey has been?
I would definitely say that it was getting second best. Like I just remember like the days I would spend like in the gym for like 6 hours just training. Like he would have us do a full training day for like 3, 4 hours, and after it would just be empty bar for hours and just fixing the t technique and just like coming to the gym like 6, 7 times a week and like just thinking like, bro, I just hope this shit pays off. And like to be able to like place that day, especially my first time on like a national platform, like I just remember like the joy that came with it. But I mean, even now with like powerlifting, like man, I mean, I just started the sport like 6 months ago. I was able to go to University Nationals, place like six out of like everyone between 18 to 25. And now I'm like going to the university like World Cup for university students, like literally competing on Saturday. And like I
Wow.
just started. I just started. But I mean, it's a great, and it comes natural to me. I feel like I had a lot of like anxiety, like performance anxiety for like Olympic weightlifting, especially like having a platform is like people almost like expect you to perform well, or they kind of like that expectation over you. So it's like I'm always like, oh, I have to win, or I have to do this, like I have to do something incredible, so I have something that I could post, so that way I can like generate revenue. And now with powerlifting, it just became like focus on me. Like I got a lot of backlash for switching to powerlifting. Like no one wanted me to. They're like, dude, you're second best already in the nation, focus on getting first, focus on going to world, try and continue to focus on going to the Olympics. And it's like, but that's not what I want to do. I want to
But
live and I want to like do a sport that I'm passionate about. And it just kind of felt like my love for Olympic weightlifting kind of like faded. And like I think it will definitely come back, but like I love feeling strong. And with powerlifting, I mean shit. I mean,
Hey,
yeah, you're
hey,
you're
hey.
focused on movements that get you stronger. Like there's
yeah.
nothing like it. So I mean, I've been loving it so far. Like no performance anxiety. I just fucking ball out and just have a great fucking time.
So now, I just like our audience may not know quite what the difference is between Olympic powerlifting and or like Olympic weightlifting and powerlifting. Could you break that difference down for us?
Yeah. So Olympic weightlifting is like clean and jerks and snatches. So clean and jerks is essentially where like you take the bar from being on the ground and then you kind of like use your body to create it like in a front rack position. And then a jerk is when you just essentially bring it overhead. So a lot of people will do like a split jerk where they kind of go into like this lunge position and then they lock out their arms overhead. Or they do like a squat or just essentially you're just trying to get it over your head. Snatch is essentially where you have almost like a wider grip and you're bringing it straight overhead, um, like almost like you're squatting down while pulling the bar up, and then you catch underneath it. So snatch is like just one movement, but it is kind of a very like they're both very explosive, but very technique focused. For powerlifting, there's three lifts, so there's a squat, bench, and deadlift. So squat, bars on your back, you squat down, and then you come back up. For deadlift, you're just essentially just picking it up, and then bench is bench. It's kind of hard to to describe squat, bench, and deadlift, but definitely more controlled. It's more about kind of using the weight against you in like a singular plane versus like Olympic weightlifting, you're kind of using your entire body.
And I know you touched a little bit about like the performance anxiety part of it. Like, how was that like transitioning from like basketball, from being a team sport to weightlifting, where it's just like, okay, all eyes on you. You determine whether you essentially win or lose. Like, what was that transition like for you?
Man, I mean, I loved it honestly because I think I'm not gonna lie, like I was carried to a state championship. Like I'll be fully transparent with you. Like I'm not gonna lie to anyone. Like shit, we had a great team. And like I got, my little minutes in, around the fourth quarter, but I was still just like a freshman. I was just legit. So like for them, it's just like, yeah, she needs to get her reps in and get used to playing more competitive. But it just kind of felt like, okay, great, I got this ring, but I just showed up at the practices, but like this is like our starters that really want it all for us.
Hmm.
So I think that was kind of the motivation of like going to a sport like weightlifting where it's only me. You can't say that like I was carried. I did all this shit by myself and I exactly I brick from brick. But also seeing the beauty too of like, you're able to build a strong friend group or like, team or even the relationship with your coach is very individualized. But I like kind of, lifting alongside people, but just being able to put my headphones in and just kind of lock in. Like when I'm at the gym, like I just want to do my shit.
Hmm.
So like that performance anxiety, like it just kind of felt like it was like now is my time, essentially.
Now, I know I like going back in time and doing self-reflection and things like that. Like I say, we do research here in the sit down. We do research. So I took a deep dive now, man. I took a deep dive.
Uh-oh.
As I'm scrolling through, man, I seen you had some, issues, growing up of being, not feeling that you were enough or being bullied for, who you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
So talk about how you was able to overcome that and does that feeling that you had growing up, did that push you to want to do an individual sport like weightlifting?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I mean, Broward County is Broward County. I mean, like, I went to school from like when I was like young age, so, like everyone kind of knew me, but I was always like the chunkier kid, like the bigger kid. Like, I think like I was in seventh grade, I was like 220. So like, trust me, like he said, "Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a big
yeah,
guy.
yeah."
That's a big guy. That's a
Oh
big
yeah,
guy.
I had some meat on my body. I'm not gonna lie. So then coming from that to now playing basketball, I mean, like, yeah, I slimmed out, but in my mind, I was never gonna be like a 100-pound person who could be fast and jump high and like whatever. So it kind of just felt like because I was heavier and slower, like I couldn't even like learn how to use my body correctly, like even for the sport, because it was just changing from being like really heavy and now I'm getting lighter. But then like, can I increase my speed? But I also need my size to like do what I got to do as a 4 or 5.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah, so it just was like a hard, and the thing was is like we had, assistant coach and our main coach, but they weren't really spending time with us one on one. So it was kind of like we already have these great players. You have to find your space in and do the work outside of this. And it was like, I mean, my parents were like medical background. They, they didn't play basketball. I was never even played AAU. I didn't even know what AAU was. It just was kind of hard because like I guess for my parents, they saw it more as like a good way to lose weight and have cardio instead of like a way to actually, be competitive because like I was always a smart kid, like AP honors classes, like all
Mhm.
throughout like high school. So for them, it's like you're gonna go to a good school if you focus on your grades. So they saw it all as like a distraction. So then from that standpoint, it was just kind of like, why are you putting yourself in this situation where you're surrounding yourself around people who like they're not gonna end up in places that you're gonna end up when you could be focusing on locking in on your career and locking in on like what God created you to do. So I think for me, like I use it to kind of fuel me because I'm like a big challenge-based person. So if like someone is saying like, "Oh, you can't do this," or like, "Nah, this isn't for you," I want to prove you wrong.
Yeah,
Like,
say that. Yeah, no, I'm like
yeah.
that too.
But then it also makes it hard though because you also have to like see like what spaces you're meant to fill and like if there's like if the space isn't for you, like at what point are you just gonna kind of trust in God and surrender it? Like I went to Rice, they wanted me on their track and field team to be a hammer thrower because I was already a weightlifter. So they figured, hey, listen, we could use like an extra one and we could develop you. Like most people learn how to throw hammer from when they're 18 anyway. So you're in the best
Yeah.
spot and you're already strong. And I was doing it. Like I love my teammates. It was a great environment, great crowd. I mean, being a Rice athlete had its benefits. But I didn't love it. And I was like, why am I gonna do hammer throwing for 4 years while I'm at Rice when I could be doing weightlifting and what I actually love to do that can take me further long term. So I was just like, I'm taking that spot away from a kid that they can recruit in and be on scholarship for what? To prove people wrong when I'm not, that's not even what I want to do.
Right.
So kind of being able to kind of like see that back and forth. But man, it felt great. Like, don't get me wrong, like I was planning on going to West Point. So I kind of I got like my letter of acceptance literally from when I was a junior. So they gave me the offer as long as I got like medically qualified. So I was running my miles, I was doing my pull-ups, my push-ups. So I got fit as hell. Like, I'm talking like six pack, like I'm swole.
It was
And
yoked.
nah, I had my shit. I had my shit. So then like I came back and then the basketball team was like, oh, like you can always join if you want to. And I was just like, nah, I'm good on that.
Nah, bro.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm good on that. Like my mile time is like 7 minutes, like 20 seconds. Like I got my speed. I like beat the West Point requirement for like for sprints and everything. And they're like, oh shit. But for me, I just knew like, yo, I've been there, done that. It's not for me. Like, why am I gonna like try and like lock in on something? But I mean, I think a big part of it too is just the culture of the team. Like a lot of people weren't like, from Heritage. So you're kind of bringing all these people that only really care about like getting D1 like Division 1 offers that it wasn't even about like the school itself or like building the program. It was about I want to play, I want my minutes, I need to get college offers so I can go to school, and it was just toxic. But I mean,
oh,
once you people graduated, like I mean the cult. I mean, man, I remember my senior year, I was actually considering playing again because we got Tania Latson, which I don't know if you guys follow women's basketball, a dog. All
Mhm.
mm,
time, like this year's like leading scorer within like women's basketball.
wow.
Signed a clutch, went to FSU, now transferred to South Carolina.
No,
Oh
Guaranteed,
yeah, I do know who that
yeah,
is.
you know who
yeah,
Yeah.
you're talking
Okay.
about.
yeah, she's fire. Guaranteed first round pick. But she was on our team at Heritage. She literally transferred to Heritage when I left the team, and they did like a whole culture switch. And what I noticed is they would pull her out of the game as a like McDonald's All American, like best player essentially, like one of the best players, if not the best player in Florida. And she'll be cheering on for our bench players while she's sitting out. And I think honestly, it's players like that like make me passionate about working in sports because yo, like you real as fuck for that. And it shows in how you're able to show up for your team because you ride hard for your people. And that's how it should be.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, man. Going into my last question I got for you, just in terms of like talk about women's sports. I feel like now 2025 starting to add a little bit more popularity, a little bit to women's sports. Still not at the level it should be, but still like trending upwards. So just want to talk about a little bit about the stigma with women in weightlifting, just because I know growing up it was a lot of girls that I knew, strong girls, athletic, but like when they were offered to do weightlifting, it was kind of like a stigma like behind it, like oh no, ill, like I don't want to do weightlifting. Like why do you feel like there's a lot of girls who don't want to do weightlifting, and like what's I guess your message for young girls who may just be naturally strong like you that doesn't seem like they have other avenues that they can go in sports? Like what's I guess your message to like young girls who aspire to be in weightlifting but kind of have like that fear of like what other people will say or get talked down upon?
My own family wasn't happy that I was weightlifting. I mean, like background, my dad's Haitian. He's 70 years old right now. My mom is from the Cayman Islands in Germany. So when I got the spot to, do weightlifting, I was actually gonna represent Haiti at like an Olympic level like competition.
That's tough.
And yeah, I mean, but my entire Haitian family, like I was supposed to get like my Haitian passport. My dad was born and raised there, shouldn't have been a problem. But it was almost like they all halted it because in their perspective, women shouldn't be lifting weights. You need to be in the kitchen. Like you don't need to do that. And in my mind, I'm like, yo, I'm about to take y'all on the biggest stage of weightlifting on a world-class level, and y'all are letting your old ass ideologies get in the way of Haiti actually being seen. on the
Wow.
biggest stage right now. Like, are y'all that so stuck up in your ways? Like, that's fucked up. So, and even then, like, I mean, they had other issues where like they wanted like a bribery for like a passport. I'm like, I'm not gonna start my international career on like bullshit. Yeah, I mean, Haiti's Haiti. Like, I mean, there's so many problems going on right now. Like, and it's like they wanted like 10,000 from like a judge wanted like my family paid 10,000 to get my passport approved to move forward. I'm representing you. Like, I'm representing your country. If your greediness is getting in the way of being able to allow Haiti to finally be seen as like a country that can compete on a world class level, then y'all are gonna hurt yourself because I'm German. I'm from the Cayman Islands. I was born in America. I got other options.
With someone else. Fact.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
Like really
saying.
though, hey, we've
And like
been
right
having
now,
it around here.
hey, this weekend I'm representing the Cayman Islands because I think, right now, I mean, obviously there's a lot of shit going on with our country, but even just for the Cayman Islands, I mean, listen, you go there and everyone looks like me. They thick, they red bone. Like I feel like I'm at home.
I'm sorry. Oh, my. Oh, oh, man.
But
Hey, man, it sound like I need to take a trip to the Cayman Islands, man. I understand.
Oh, shit.
Hey, listen, pull up this weekend. But I mean, I always had a different look, so for me, it was always kind of like I was just hanging around like the black kids or like the white kids. They weren't really Caribbean kids, other than like other Haitian kids. But even then, I wasn't Haitian enough because I wasn't purely Haitian. So when I got to the Cayman Islands, I'm like, oh shit, everyone looks like me. Like here, like this is like I have so many cousins there, like so many like I got like over like 100 cousins out there. So for
Oh,
me like it's family. So it made sense why like out of all the different cultures that like my family represents, the Cayman Islands is the one that like I align with the most. So to be able to now have the opportunity to like give them visibility, especially like this big ass international meet is located in the Cayman Islands, like it made sense to me. But I mean, what I love about it is the way how they're able to support women. Like I feel like what I love about weightlifting is that it doesn't matter what size you are. Like, you can be 400 pounds, you could be 90 pounds. You can fucking be black, you could be white. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's just you are going to compete with people that are just like you. And I think, especially within the sports landscape, like Olympic weightlifting is a largely European sport. So, having more visibility that African American women, who typically, at least in my opinion, we could be stronger than some people. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, there's a lot of white people that are strong as hell. And, like,
man, that's in the
good
genes,
for
bro.
them,
You
good
ain't
for
gotta
them,
speak
good for
on
them.
that. That's on the genes, bro. Like you work towards it, of
But
course you're gonna be
that's
jacked.
what I'm
You know what I'm
saying.
saying?
Like
Like,
we got benefits from it, and even if it's not from us, it's from our grandparents and like our ancestors. And I feel like this is a great way for us to be able to kind of like any athlete that felt like excluded or like kind of, pushed aside for not being good enough. Like this is a way for them to kind of find something that aligns with them. Because all you have to do is just like show up. I mean, like I love being able to connect with other women who are strong and are like lifters as well. The kind of confidence that that gives me of like we're all making a difference by showing women that they can lift, that you can
Fact.
be strong, and that you do have a platform that you can use, and you don't have to be a Division 1 player to do it. Like you can be an athlete in other ways. Like you just have to like take the chance and like it doesn't matter if you're fucking 90 pounds or you feel like you're weak. Like trust me, like you can win. Like all you have to do is just like put the work in. And that's what I love about weightlifting is like no one has a competitive maybe if they started lifting before you, but you can catch up to them.
hmm
Like everyone is created equal. You're lifting against people that weigh the same weight as you, are the same age as you. So like what is really separating you from them?
Yeah.
Nothing.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
like you were saying, like so you against the bar, man. But like really, though, I feel like weightlifting really is like, people say sports be an equal opportunity, but end of the day, size do matter. Like the like 5'8", you ain't gonna be no 5'8". Typically, you ain't going to no NBA. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to NFL. You know what I'm saying? None of that
Yeah.
matters to weightlifting, bro. Like that's
Exactly.
really technical. You don't got to be 6'5", 6'4", man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you got the
Fact.
technique down, bro. You could do how much weight you can possibly do. You know what I'm saying? That's why
100%.
that's probably the biggest
Yeah.
draw
No,
to weightlifting. Don't have to be genetically
at all.
perfect.
And that's what I love seeing. Like, it's people like Cranen who are like showing like, the beauty between you can be feminine and muscular. Like you don't have to, like that, like obviously, I mean, we lift weights, but like bodybuilders are taking steroids. Like I hate that, like, oh, I don't want to get big like a man. You're not taking steroids. Even if you take creatine, like you're not getting like how like healthy and how lenient like you have to eat to be able to look like that. Like lifting a bar like 3 times a week you're not going to get that. And I feel like people are beginning to start to like understand that, and even the whole now like movement towards, health and fitness and also getting in the weight room and women lifting. I mean, previously, I mean, like, well, like 5 years ago, everyone was doing cardio. Now everyone is in the weight room. And I think
Facts.
Tell me about
love
it.
to see it. I love to see it. Like the amount of times that like I get pulled at gyms and people are seeing me like deadlift and like, can you teach me how to deadlift? And it's like a girl who's just is like, I just want to like try. Fuck yeah, bro. Like, I got you, dude. Here, grab my belt. Like like let's fucking lock in. But like it's beautiful to see that because I think it takes you being able to like show what you're capable of doing to make other women realize like, yo, you could do it too. But also just like humanizing it of like, sure, yeah, I'm really strong and people will always say that to me, but it's because I put the time in, but so can you. Like I
Yeah.
was lifting this heavy like years ago. Now sure, like I could squat like 3 reps and I can like put shit on the bar and I can pick some shit up, but so can you. You don't, and like we're all like on a different timetable. Like, dude, if you weigh 100 pounds less than me, of course you're not gonna be able to lift the same way that I lift. But at the end of the day, like powerlifting creates like that equal scale based off of like your true genuine strength. And that's what I think is so beautiful. It's like it's an equal playing field.
Man.
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and ask my last question before I alley oop it to you, Ern. I know you've accomplished a lot just in terms of if you in your career, in your sport. Like, what's one goal that you still have out for yourself that you want to go knock off your list?
Number one in the world, baby.
Ooh,
Girl. I mean, right now, I mean, fingers crossed. I mean, this weekend, the goal is third place at the University Cup. We haven't really been prepping for this meet. It was a last minute kind of just walk in, but that's looking like a strong possibility. And then, go from there. Kind of, we're gonna spend a year kind of as a down season, just kind of lifting, and then I'm gonna take off to Worlds. Like, my coach thinks like, fuck juniors, fuck the age category. We're going all in. We're gonna be competing against everyone in the world and just showing them my strength and like I'm on the heavier side, but he just is like, stay heavy, don't even focus on cutting because I can cut right now and I can be in the top within my age category. But he just is like, nah, show them that you don't need to be as big as them to lift the weight that they do. And I fuck with
wow.
that. I fuck with that because I think, people just don't really understand the way how the body works. Like, I don't want to manipulate my body to fit an image that it's not. Like, I'm gonna go eat hand rolls after this, and I'm not gonna be tracking. I'm gonna order my food and I'm gonna enjoy my life. And I think that there is an important part of just like it having fun with it. Like a lot of people take health and fitness extremely seriously, and you should because it is your body. But also make sure that like you're living a life that's worth living, and you're not overly just restraining yourself because I mean you're only gonna live once. You can live
Mhm.
100 years, but if you don't live a single day in your life, that shit doesn't fucking matter. If you
Man,
make it every single fucking day.
But yeah, man, that's really all we have for. Our time is coming to an end. Coming to an end. But here to sit down, man. I always ask the final question, man. So kind of become the trademark. We're working on it. But anyway, yeah. So the question is, Maya, in your career and your friends, connection of friends, who would you say would be a great person for our show?
Mm. Honestly speaking, I feel like I would love y'all to get a W player on just because of everything that's going on right now with like the market and the trends and how everything is shifting.
Hmm.
Do I know any W players that I can recommend you? Probably not. Um,
we get to our homework though.
I will work on it. I will work on it. Um, I think definitely, honestly, as well. I think my boy Miguel Sitdown. That's that. Like he went to Heritage with me. We grew up in the same grade. He played O lineman at Rice.
Okay.
For 3 years. Got injured last season when he was going to start, and then he just transferred to FIU, and he's kind of talking like the difference in the programming, how much happier he is. I
Oh,
think
he
he,
there with my boy Willie Simmons at
yeah,
FIU.
he loves it. He loves it though, and I think honestly too, like I'm very close with him, so seeing kind of how he was able to like transition as well, of just like yo, like yes, a school can have more money behind it, but if it's the right program for you, like bro, he's fucking balling out at FIU. He's happy there, like he like you
Man,
can
That's
tell
that
when
Coach
someone's
Simmons effect, boy.
bro.
Man, shout out my boy
Yeah,
Coach Simmons.
yeah, and like, but it's real though, and like he can, he's 30 minutes away from his crib. He can go home, be around his family. Like that's what he loves to do. He loves Florida,
Yeah.
so like I think he would be a great person. Jazzy Barnett Owens is fantastic as well. She played basketball at Heritage for 3 years, then transferred. And I think now she's at University of North Texas, I believe. So she could be a good person. Um, Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll send y'all the list.
Man, come
Say
on, bro.
less.
I'll send
Say
Hey,
you the
come
less.
list.
on.
I got y'all. Like, I mean, y'all are doing great things. Y'all are great, both people. I mean, Ern's my dog. Look at him. Look at that smile. And it's nice to meet you as well, Jay. So I got you.
Appreciate that.
Oh,
Hey, hey, well, that's all we needed
That's
then.
it, man. Hey, that's love, man. I appreciate you. Like I said, man, I
oh,
appreciate you, my dog, man. Come on the show. South Florida's finest. I'm
South
hoping it
Florida,
right.
Broward County.
Oh,
Oh, Broward, my bad.
Broward, bro.
Hey, I'm a fake Floridian, man. I'm not gonna lie, but it's okay though. It's okay
Hey,
though.
crazy. You know, I mean, listen, like I grew up like Kodak. We knew no flocking before everyone else knew no flocking. Like,
I believe it.
yeah, that was back from when it was like a little YouTube video that no one even knew who this guy was, and we all like, nah, that's Kodak. That's Kodak. Like, I mean, Zay Flowers down the street, uh, Lamar Jackson, all of
Yeah,
them. So,
that's my goat, man. But we go down that rabbit hole right now, man. Like I said,
yeah.
appreciate you for coming on the show, man. We know we looking forward, seeing the Olympics one day, something like that, man. You already know it's all love, bro.
always, bro.
All right, yeah, like, comment, subscribe, man. That's it.